guys! Welcome back to my channel. Oh look, here's the baby. Here's the baby, the baby. We're taking him to go get a bath today. We're gonna get his face, hopefully all the red taken care of. But what's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk to you about something that happened when I was younger. I could talk and see dead people. So when I was younger, there had been multiple situations where my parents were just confused because it didn't sound like I was talking to an imaginary friend. Like, I just was never the one to have imaginary friends, so you would say. My parents would always like just sit me down and be like, so who are you talking to? But before I get into all that, I'll tell you the situations why they questioned me and everything. So the first story is when I was younger, I found like this little box or this chest. I never opened it, but I took it into my house. It was in my backyard and it wasn't buried, but it was. Like there's pieces of the box sticking out, so I just dug the rest of it up and I took it into my house. When I brought it inside, I placed it on the end of my bed and I sat at the top of my bed and I was kind of just staring at it. I remember staring at it and I just started talking and I heard something talk back. I can't remember what the conversation was. I just remember my parents telling me that the conversation was way too deep and something that I just don't talk, that someone just doesn't talk to themselves about. And that it definitely seemed like the way I was talking that there was someone else there. So that's one story. So the next story, it doesn't really have anything. He does this when he can't find a spot to chew his bone. Okay. But this story doesn't really have anything to do with me talking to dead people or anything, but it does have something to do with me thinking that the house that I used to live in was haunted. So someone went up into the attic to see what was left up there from the previous owners, and when he went up there, he opened a suitcase that was left there. When he opened, there was a bunch of pictures, there were some gun pellets, and there was just weird stuff that just shouldn't be in that suitcase. I think it's still up in the attic, to be honest with you. And when he opened the suitcase and he picked up the first picture, the attic doors just slammed shut. So the way the attic was, it was like when you can go up into the attic through the house or through the outside, but through the outside you had to get on a ladder and go through these really small doors, and those doors slammed shut. And when he was like, okay, I'm done, he put the picture back into the suitcase and then closed the suitcase, zipped it back up, and then the doors opened again. And he's watching every single hand movement I do. Just after that, weird things have happened. Like, the lights in my bedroom have shut off, like, randomly. Me and Lance were sitting in the car one time. Yes, this is like flashbacks to when I was older. But me and Lance were like sitting in my driveway, like he'd be dropping me off and no one would be in my bedroom and my light would be on. Or no, my light would be off. And then it would just turn on and then it would turn off like a minute or two later. So we waited and then we went inside and we asked my parents and everyone who was in the house if they did it, and they all said no. And then we did this one time as a test. It was Lance, my parents, and I, and my little brother. We were in the kitchen because we were just trying to test something. So we shut my light off completely. And with that light switch, it was broken. Like it used to have like this little button on it that you would press for it to go up, but the button broke off and you had to press really, really hard to get it to go up or off, because it was like a dimmer one, so you can make it go really bright or like whatever. I hope you guys know what I'm talking about. But that piece broke off, so you had to press really hard for it to get it to go up or down, and we left it off. And then when we went into the kitchen, we waited for about just 5 minutes. And after those 5 minutes, we went out and looked, and the light was on again. What? Here, you want me to hold you? Those are just creepy stories, and when I was younger, I always used to hear voices, and it got to a point to where I would talk so much that my parents, like, they always questioned me, that they wanted to take me to a doctor. They didn't, because it just stopped. Out of nowhere, it stopped. They wanted to take me to the doctors and everything for it, but it just stopped one day, and I never talked to anything again. I don't understand that. I really don't. I wish I did, but I don't. And to this day, I still feel like if I really, really sat down and tried, I could talk or see dead people or ghosts or spirits or what it could be, but I just don't know. I'm never gonna try it. It's not my field of work that I want to be in. I think that's going to wrap this up. I'm going to start vlogging right after this, so look forward to tomorrow's video because there will be a video again tomorrow, and then I'm going to try to vlog the next day or shoot something the next day that's going to go up the next day. And that just made no sense, but you guys know what I mean. I love you guys so much, and thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Lance and I thought it would be really cool to try the Ouija board, and we did, and I think it's fair to say that Lance and I kind of got addicted to playing the Ouija board. We played it like there was never going to be a consequence. We played it like there was just nothing bad was going to come out of it. And something bad came out of it. So what I'm going to explain in this video is how I felt towards the whole Ouija board situation.